They hide them offshore. And then they're bringing that money for Kenyans to pay. So the issue is that we cannot continue paying debts that we don't know what they did. You have things like Kenyan Fertilizer of 1974 in Dagoretti. We don't see that fertilizer factory. We are paying those kind of debts. And there are very many debts of that kind. So why are Kenyans being forced to pay debts that did not benefit them? It's a moral issue. And one that we must sit down and say, okay, we're reaching a point where we must audit these debts. So even the moral foundation of the finance bill is not there, because they are paying 60% of it is going to pay debts which have not been audited, debts which have not been declared. And so we have got all those things that are of concern. And so I made an offer that it be relooked at, but I was answered that it cannot be relooked at. So the only option there is to go to court, and I've gone to court. And I hope that I will get justice. So I'm prepared to argue my case, and it's already been filed. So if there's any question, maybe I can answer.
You said the debts as they stand now is 3 point.
No, the declared amount is about 8.7. But some audits that have been done by some experts put them at around 4 trillion. So there's a difference of about 3.7 trillion that has not been explained in debts. So we must open up these debts and know what are we paying for. We cannot be taking money from poor people to go and pay off money that was stashed abroad. So that's the next frontier is they're going to be a difficult fight over the debt, because we are not going to be paying debts that we don't know, and that has to stop. So the debt register from 1963 to today must be audited to ferret out odious debts, and if there are debts that were taken by individuals, let those individuals pay. Or we pay, then we auction those individuals, because most of these people who have been senior civil servants, who have been senior politicians in this country, are extremely rich. We hardly have rich entrepreneurs here. Wealth has been made through public service. So public funds have been privatized. And if you saw the amount of money that were declared in the Panama Papers, none of these people worked abroad for them to have earned money outside to be keeping them out there. So these are the debts they borrow outside, and instead of the money coming here to do development, they divert it into private accounts, offshore accounts. So for me, we cannot just be taxing people and saying we have to pay debts, you have to do whatever. Let us audit the debts and reject those debts that did not benefit us. Only pay the debts that benefited us.